spent a lot of the day in meetings, but I did find some time to figure out which Adobe licenses needed to go on these iMacs. Now they're updating. I'm gonna let them update overnight, and I'm almost done with the crazy project of getting this edit lab back together. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go get dinner for me and Lauren. Dinner acquired. Whoa, haven't been in this setup in a while. It's been a busy few weeks. I just haven't been able to sit down and be here at the camera in the office with the lights, make it look nice. I almost forgot how to do this, but I have a few things I need to unbox, so that's why we're here. First being my C70 accessories, the Kondor Blue baseplate. I got this, this was basically like the thing I got right after the C70, and of course the 0.7 times adapter, just because I need more pieces in the bottom. But you may remember that one of my gripes was the magnets that held the Allen keys, lost the Allen keys immediately, weren't strong enough. And a representative from Kondor Blue actually commented on that video and said, hey, we have a version 2 of this, which is funny because it's kind of like the hinge of the C70. They have a version 2 of this, which I think I have. We have a version 2 of the base plate with better magnets. If you email our support team, we'll send one out. So I just got that in. This is the replacement Kondor Blue C70 base plate. And I just need to swap the base plates, and I need to ship the old one back, but just came in, and let's see if these magnets, oh yeah, so now there's 2 magnets here, whereas there was only one here, and it seems to be the same size magnet in there. And then, so that's for the bigger Allen key, which was funny that there was only one for the big one, and there were 2 for the small one. Yeah, the small, there's still 2 magnets here. For the small Allen key, they seem to be the same size, but supposedly they are stronger. Yeah, that's not coming off very easily. But let's swap this out. Let's send this back to Kondor Blue. Lost the Allen key already again. It's really on there. It's been on here for, I don't know, what, 6 months? Almost 6 months. Yeah. It's really on there. But yeah, C70, weird design. Got the 3/8, but the 1/4-20s are on the sides. Very weird. So for me, it's like almost essential to have this base plate because I like to put it on a switch pod or other things. Now I still have one tiny complaint. So there seems to be a spot. So the big one can go here. The little one can go here. But I'm not taking this off of the camera very often. The big one, if I had the top plate, which I am considering, I'd like to get the top plate and the handle with the trigger button. Maybe next year after the wedding, I'll get that because that will be like $220 total. I would have liked, the thing that I'm actually taking off and on most frequently is the HDMI cable holder. So if I don't break the HDMI port on the camera if the cable gets yanked. This is the thing I'm taking off and on the most because I like to keep this closed when it's not in use, and I don't always use an HDMI monitor, although I probably would more frequently if I had the top handle. But I either need to keep this open or completely remove the cover to continue using this, and I have to take this completely off to put the cover back on, and I'm just dropping everything today. Luckily, these just pop off and on pretty easily. But yeah, I just wish it had a little Allen key for that. Now I have the the like multi-tool, and it's got this size, thankfully. So I've always got that in my case. But yeah, I would have liked this size, that tiny little Allen key. And actually, it's loose right now. Like I might lose this. So let's put this back on the camera. I'm just going to use the same screws and send back the new screws. Should I do that? No, I guess I should use the new screws and send back the old screws. I should do this the right way. Flip it, screw. All right, put that there, and we'll see how long it takes for me to lose these Allen keys again. But thank you, Kondor Blue, for doing the right thing, updating this, sending it free of charge. I won't be charged as long as I send this back, and actually I need to put the other HDMI holder back on here. But I'm gonna send this back. I will hopefully get a top plate and handle early next year. There's a couple of things I'm holding off on until after Lauren and I pay for our wedding. But thank you. The other thing I wanted to do today is unbox two of these, the Tentacle Track E timecode audio recorders. So, Tentacle Sync makes these little devices that you sync up your cameras, if you had like multiple cameras and an audio recorder, just to keep all the time code jammed. And even on cameras like this EOS R, I could plug it into the headphone jack and it would just have this weird sound. And then you have this app that runs, the software decodes it into time code, and boom, you've got all of your clips synced up. This does that, plus it does 32-bit audio recording. So Gilbert already has a couple of the track syncs for syncing cameras. I think he has 4 of these. So now we have 2 more. But we're going to primarily use these, I think, for recording the editor podcast. You know, the last couple of episodes we've done in the car, and we use our wireless lavaliers. We've been using Gilbert's Komicas, the Boom XUs, the UHF ones. And then we run it into the Zoom F4, which technically also gives us 32-bit flow, but it's already being compressed over UHF. So we could still clip it early. And there's 2 kind of popular recorders right now that are little Lowe recorders that are 32-bit float. It's this, the Tentacle Sync Track E, and the Zoom F2. Now the reason why we went with these is because, like I said, Gilbert already has a couple of the Tentacle Sync units, and I just kind of liked this unit. The Zoom had a couple of things going for it. It wasn't just a totally rechargeable battery, which I think this is a serviceable battery. So if the battery does stop holding a charge, we could contact Tentacle and get new batteries for it. But in a pinch, if the battery was dead, I wouldn't be able to just pop a AAA battery, AAA into it and keep going. So I'll have to have like a battery bank ready to charge it. I'll bring the EcoFlow river bank and charge it up real quick. The other thing is a lot of the settings for this are set in the Tentacle app. So you have to connect to Bluetooth and then actually like change your settings. There's no screen on this at all. You essentially turn it on and you're recording. That concerned me. You know, just what if Tentacle stops supporting their iOS app or something? They have a bigger business with more apps for the timecode sync stuff. So I don't think the apps are going away yet. But even the Zoom F2 had 2 versions, one with Bluetooth and one without. And the one without Bluetooth, you just don't get any of those cool features. But with the, with the Bluetooth version, you get all these other features that you get through the app, and that costs more, and that brought the price up closer to this unit anyway. I think this has a lot of the features. This has a lot of the tools that we want. It integrates with the other tools that we already have. And then I don't have to wear headphones when we record the podcast in the car, which, summertime wise, it seems like that's what we've been doing a lot of because it's so hot outside. Gilbert could come here. And we have recorded an episode or 2 in this space together. It's just harder for him to break away. So if we just meet up and then we hop in his car and go, we can record a podcast pretty easily. But I do miss his garage studio. It's just that, like, even when it's like 100 degrees here, his garage can get up to like 120, 125 degrees. It's 105 here. It can get up to 130 degrees. It's just too hot in the summer. So car podcasting might be the way to go. So this might be the way that we get this done for now. So this is the Tentacle Track E recorder. It also has an SD card inside of here with, I want to say 16 gigs is what they gave us on this micro SD card. Yeah, 16 gigs. Looks to be a SanDisk class 10. Doesn't need to be super fast. It's just audio. But at 32-bit float, 16 gigs is only going to give us about 7 hours. So that's still pretty good. What else we got in here? That's just a piece of cardboard. We've got another little box. And we've got a thank you postcard. Thank you from the Tentacle team. We can post on social media or contact them if we need support. And it has a 2-year warranty. Our devices are hand assembled with great care and intensively tested at our workshop in Germany. We are pleased that you treat them with the same care. However, if something is wrong, our support team will find an individual solution for you. Cool. So I'm sure, accidental damage isn't covered, but, it should, if it just stops working on its own accord in the next 2 years, it's covered. Probably have to register it in the app too. Let's see here. Oh, it comes with that little tentacle pouch. A lot of the Tentacle stuff comes with these pouches, but we could take one of these pouches and fit both of the Track E's in here. Also, cute little pouch. This is probably where they want us to put the lavaliere mic. We have sticker and a belt pack and different colors. We can color coordinate the different units. Here's the lav and some USB cables. So we got USB-C to USB-C, high speed. So I'm guessing this is 3.1, maybe Gen 2. And then USB-C to USB-A, also 3.0, 3.1. And also in here is the little belt pack. So to clip it on somebody. There's little holes on the side to put this belt pack. It's just a little piece of plastic covered wire. Does the trick. Now both the Zoom and the Tentacle Track E, the Zoom F2, they're kind of plasticky. I really hope nobody drops these on the ground. So we'd want to make sure it's really securely on somebody if we were recording them and then told them to go run or something. So that is a concern that it is mostly plastic, but we should be able to keep it take pretty good care of it. Got some tentacle stickers, party tentacle, octopus, regular working octopus. And the lav mic has a locking 3.5 millimeter. It's got a pretty small capsule there, but it's not the super duper skinny one like a Countryman. But it should do the trick. We have a clip it on someone's shirt. We have the small windscreen, that's good. And a large windscreen, it appears. Oh, maybe two. Is one fuzzy and one foam, or is it just one fuzzy one? I think it's just one. Yeah, just one fuzzy one. Now, can I put this over the other screen? I don't know. I'm sure I can just put the bare capsule inside of here. It got shaved kind of unevenly. It's very short here, and then it's long here. So that's kind of odd. It looks like a bad haircut I got in the 90s. But I think I'll probably just keep the hard, and where's my knife? just the little itty bitty windscreen. It's got the metal kind of weave on the outside, and there seems to be just a little bit of foam on the inside. So this will probably be sufficient to just keep on here pretty much all the time. Now, does this other one fit on top of it? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to fit. Yeah, so you got to take the little one off and then not lose it to put the big one on. Now, it seems like there's 5 colors for the color coordination. There's orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. No red. That's unfortunate. Now, we already have, I think, 4 syncing units, and now we have one, so we won't be able to color coordinate perfectly now that we have 6 units, but should be okay. I'm going to put all these little mic accessories in here. Oh no, I dropped the clip. Mic clip. Probably have to take this little capsule off, and maybe there's a little charge on this. Let's see if I can do a quick test recording. I also probably need to connect it to the app, just to get it going. So there's a QR code for the app. I have downloaded it before, but I don't currently have it. It's a Tentacle Sync app. Wants to use Bluetooth. Yes. Add a device. All right. It seems to be seeing it. Oh, there it is. It sees it. Move this device very close to your tentacle to start. Okay. And we seem to be recording in 24-bit with a limiter. Oh, nope, I just hit record. Now we're recording. 24-bit with a limiter. I'm going to stop recording. Let's switch this to 32-bit float, where I'm on 24-bit. Recording, playback, settings. Here we go. I can rename it. It came with the name Jewel to begin with, but I'm going to switch this from 48 kilohertz, 24 bits to 48 kilohertz, 32-bit float. LED while recording. Maybe I'll turn the brightness down, maybe like halfway. And LED while recording, this turned red here. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it on, but if it gets distracting, I'll turn it off. This seems to, yeah, this is my little VU meter on the unit, but I also have a VU meter on Bluetooth. There's a tiny delay, but it's not too bad. But this is a little bit quicker. I'm going to format the SD card. I'm going to format that recording I just accidentally did. Or should I keep it? Should I keep it? I guess I'll keep it and I'll put it in editing. So we've got a low cut filter. I don't need that. I might use that if I had this lav like taped inside my shirt and it's getting an extra high cut from my clothing and then extra rumble because it's closer to my chest. But I'm not going to do that. Mic plug-in power. I think this is necessary for this lav. If I turn that off, yeah, I lose everything there. So there does need to be plug-in power for this. But if I wanted to put like my Rode video mic in TG on a boom pole and then not like run a cable back to the camera, I could plug this in, but I would need plug-in power to tell the mic to turn on. I can adjust the headphone volume from the headphone port there. I guess I could plug in some headphones and take a listen. Okay, I'm listening to my own lavaliere here in my headphones. That sounds fine. Nothing crazy there. Okay, let's do a recording test. I'm gonna hit record. I'm now recording with the Tentacle Sync. Ooh, I lost the ears. I'm no longer monitoring while recording. That's interesting. Got 95% battery and my mic gain, I'm hitting, it's like right at 24 dB with this lav mic. I'm hitting it like between -12 and -6, which is exactly where I would want to be if I was in like 24-bit or 16-bit, I guess, even. But let's see if I can clip the microphone. Testing. This is way too loud. And we'll see if I can recover that in Final Cut. Hopefully that doesn't sound like poop when you're listening to this vlog. Because I can't hear it monitoring while recording. That's actually kind of a bummer. I'm gonna give it a knock for not being able to listen to the headphones while recording. But yeah, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to take a listen to it, and maybe I'll share some thoughts after this. Are you sure you want to stop recording? Okay. Okay, I'm no longer recording, and I got my ears back. If I didn't have the app and I wanted to just start recording, can I do it here? Can I flip this switch up? Now I'm recording again. And if I flip the switch up again, I'm still recording. Is it down? Do I flip it down? No. Do I have to hold it? Okay, I have to hold it up. So quick up to start. And once I am recording, long hold up to stop. So I was worried that this thing didn't have a hold switch. The Zoom F2 does have a hold switch, so you don't accidentally stop and start recording if this is in your pocket. But I'm less worried about that now. I think that'll work okay. Supposedly in the app, I might be able to lock the buttons as well. Although I didn't see that in the settings, so maybe not. I'm not sure. But let's take a listen to some of these recordings. Okay, I just listened back to the file. I guess I could turn this back on. You keep hearing what this sounds like. Yeah, the sound did not clip in the recording, which is pretty good. Although my gain might have been a little low. I might not have actually quite clipped. I know I clipped the shotgun mic on top of my camera, but I might not have even actually clipped the file in the Tentacle just from where the gain was in the app. But this, I think, is going to be a huge improvement to the workflow for the Editor podcast, especially when we podcast in the car in the hot summer months. I'm very excited to try this out. That being said, 32-bit float won't fix everything. Now, I could still clip in a super loud environment in the microphone. If the microphone itself, the capsule, is being pushed so far, it clips, the 32-bit float recorder is going to clip that as well. The 32-bit float is only good for audio that is too hot in the recording process. So if I had the gain in the recorder set too high, that is recoverable. But if I'm clipping earlier in the signal chain, like the microphone is getting distortion in the capsule itself, that is not recoverable. So that's one thing to look out for. But otherwise, this can be a very handy tool for situations where you might not be able to monitor audio all the time, or your talent at the same time as being the camera operator. So I really look forward to this. The only thing I want next is a wireless transmitter that also has 32-bit float recording inside of it. The Rode Wireless Go 2 has the 2 microphones going into the transmitters, going into the one receiver, and they record internally. And they can record MP3s or WAV files, but those, I believe, are just 24 bits. And the Deity mics, internal recording, and it finally has come to the units in the United States, so their wireless packs record as well. And I believe that is also 24-bit uncompressed audio, but it's still a set data point, not a floating data point like 32-bit float, because 32-bit float is really just 24 bits with extra data to allow it to be a floating integer. Weird math stuff. There is one company, and their name escapes me right now, that is making a transmitter with 32-bit float recording, but they also have not paid the patent fee for it to work in the United States, and just the transmitters are like $2,500. So very expensive. But I would love to see like the Rode Wireless Go Mark III have 32-bit float recording, or the Deity ones, they unlock 32-bit float recording in firmware somehow, or come out with a Mark II of their wireless transmitter system. I think that would be so cool. Because I would love to just have the audio go straight into camera and only need to pull the file if I clip. The Rode and the Deity are pretty good to have that internal recording if we have some sort of dropout in the wireless connectivity, but it doesn't have a safety in case it clips. So it's either get a 32-bit float recorder and just hope that your battery doesn't die and you've got enough storage space every time you go out to record, or you get a wireless unit and you can have that back on your camera and you can have ears on it, or a dedicated sound mixer who's got ears on it. And then there's also a 32-bit float recorder built in for a backup. That's the dream. That's where I'd like to see us be in the next few years. But in the meantime, this is going to do the Editor Podcast some good. That's it for me today. This is a long one. Doing a daily vlog of all of 2021. Hope you could join me. If this was nice for you, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.